Hello, everyone. Welcome to Flannel Legacies. Our dumbasses. We've been sitting here talking for about an hour now about something that we're going to be talking about today. Uh, today. I am joined with my friend Garwin Kazul. I am CyberJ112, and we're talking about From Software games. They have played a very important role in how we perceive tryhard games today. They are not for you filthy casuals, although I am one.
Remember, everybody, you must get good.
Yeah, please don't. The games wouldn't be
Says the guy
nearly
who
as...
exploited a bug just because he didn't want to grind. And
Yeah.
then spent 40 hours grinding for fashionable loot he never used.
Yeah, I think all of us Souls players, if ever people remember, in Dark Souls 1, like, just outside of Anor Londo, you had the knights, and for hours I would just spend grinding that single area, and I would kill them again and again and again until I got all of their armor.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. Dark Souls 2, there are certain games I wished I could go in with fresh eyes. I've mentioned it before, my favorite game of all time. Surprisingly, even though my favorite genre of game is cyberpunk, you'd think my favorite game of all time would be either the game that got me into the genre or the game of its namesake, Cyberpunk 2077. No, I love Cyberpunk 2077. It's within my top 20 games, not within my top 10, within my top 20. I love it. It has a place in my heart. Observer, it is within my top 15, but it is not my favorite.
What was the Cyberpunk game that came before 2077? Cyberpunk 2014? 2012?
I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah, I hear it had a really cool system where if your cybernetics your cybernetic score got past your empathy score, you started getting cyber sickness.
Cyber psychosis.
Cyber psychosis, yeah. I heard about that. That seemed cool. But yeah, like everybody knows that feeling of just grinding for loot. It is glorious. Like my first playthrough of Elden Ring, for example. Like, I got into the game, I had no clue what anything was. I went into the first catacomb I could find, and I was just, okay, what are these cats with swords? What is this? And I rammed my head into the wall that is that boss cat with a big sword. I rammed my head into that for 18 hours until he finally died. Then I went over to where you meet Milena. And that was when I realized, oh, I was supposed to come here first to level up. And then I spent 40 hours grinding that area because I wanted that knight bastard's armor.
Yeah.
Then I wore that armor for 2 hours, got to the what's the armor set called again? The knight armor of the knights in the castle,
Exile.
Exiled armor set. I saw that and I was like, oh! I went grinding that for another 30 hours.
Yeah.
Then I searched online where there was a better helmet, because I didn't much like the helmet, mainly because of the piece over here on the armor set. I didn't much like that. I went looking if there's an alternate version of the helmet. Found the Dragon Cathedral, was like, oh! Spent 6 hours on that guy just to get his helmet. Saw this dragon thing, so I could breathe fire. Looked at my character build. Strength, endurance, and something else that I forgot. Nothing in Faith or any of that shit. I was just... This is not optimal at all. But then I went grinding, got a bit of Faith, killed a dragon or two, got that shit, it's just, yes! I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then I started actually playing the fucking game.
Yeah. Honestly, my very first playthrough, just know I have yet to actually become Elden Lord. I have yet to, like, I just now defeated Godric, and that was for my second Great Rune. My very first Great Rune, I'm just gonna say, I did not play it in order at all. Or at least I don't think so, because everyone is literally screaming at me. Like, all the NPCs are saying, go to Stormveil Castle, kill Godric.
Yeah.
Go to Stormveil Castle, kill Godric.
That is the real correct way to play it. It's just that is the intended way. It's not the you need to do this, not the we want you to do this way. It's the if you want to have the easiest experience, go this way.
Yeah. I didn't do that. Instead, I did it the dumb way. And for those of you asking, oh, what's the dumb way of doing it? The dumb way is, I went into that, like Scarlet Rot area. You know, the one to the east, the one that looks incredible. It looks like a wasteland, and I love it so much.
A wasteland being kept at bay by a burning fence.
Yeah, yeah. And I pushed forward through the castle, and like on the way there, I met a jar that was stuck in dirt, and I was like, "Oh, hi, you're cool." Oh, hit you with something heavy? Okay, I found this brick hammer. Here, let me just beat you a couple times with it. He did not come out until I finally just whacked him hard enough.
Yeah.
And I think that if I had had a bigger weapon, I probably could have whacked him out like with one hit.
Yeah, like, and I never even knew there was a way to not whack him out with one hit, because I only ever use one weapon in all these games. That Ultra Greatsword. You all know the weapon. The one that always does the highest physical damage of any weapon in the game. It doesn't do a lot of other things. That's just its whole thing. The one that's always hey, guys, we were inspired by Berserk. Here's his weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only weapon I ever use in these games when I find it. It's just...
Honestly, the current weapon I am using is, in Limgrave, there is a prison thing, I guess. It's this little circle prison thing that if you enter it, you're in a boss battle. And I killed the Hound, Limgrave, Everfall, Evangall, something another, like, Hound person.
Yeah.
I killed them. They dropped the Bloodhound's Fang, which is a great sword that deals bleed damage.
Oh, that's
beautiful. It is perfect for a strength dex build. It is beautiful for a bleed build, which I'm going to attempt to go down.
Yeah. Like, currently...
I love it.
Currently, my playstyle is I'm wearing the Exiled armor set, and that's just the armor set I'm gonna be used to the rest of the game. I checked the wiki to see if it was feasible to wear it, and yes, it is one of the better armor sets, so yes, I can wear it for the rest of the game. I was so glad, because, like, I was going to wear it regardless, but I wanted to know how much misery I was gonna be because of that choice. The fact it's not gonna be too much, I'm glad. But my build is effectively the Ultra Greatsword. I still call it that shit. Ever since Dark Souls 2, that's my name for this sword. Even though it's just called Greatsword. I don't care. Fuck me.
Sure.
And, thank you. And then on my offhand, I have a rapier. You know the magic rapier? Given to you by the guy who can't walk anymore? And you meet him in the safe area where everyone else is.
No.
The home base area, the one with the 2 fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah,
But
there's a
Round Table Hold, yeah.
yeah.
I
Hold
I
that
don't
there.
think I've met that NPC yet.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know how I met him. You know these stairs that if you jump off of, you end up in a fight with a guy that you can't really beat other than when you get up there? It's a balcony.
Oh, you mean the red guy, the invader
Yeah,
who...
the innovator guy, yeah. Like, if you go up to that balcony and you don't jump off, on the right, this guy is usually sitting there. I think you have to trigger something before you meet him. I'm not certain.
And I'll take a look at him. I don't
Yeah.
know what's there.
I love his rapier for the simple fact that like I'm a strength dex build. I went up to 40 vitality, went no further because capstones and whatnot. I did look up did look up the stat thingies when they dropped off so that I could actually make an somewhat optimal build with what the fuck I'm doing. Because if I don't do it right, I'll never get anywhere. Because fuck, it's not often to play with this shit. But yeah. And his rapier is so good. Like if you have it in your main hand and you do the as a ward thing, it summons a bunch of magical thingies that then shoot out at the nearest enemy that approaches you within a certain perimeter, and they actually do decent damage. I turned his rapier into a magical rapier, purely 100% magic rapier. I'll probably eventually make it keen, but I do like the idea currently of having it a pure magic rapier for the simple fact that I have my big ass bludgeoning sword that's just physical damage to the max, and then for those cases where that doesn't function, magic rapier.
Yeah. I will say, going through the areas and just finding like certain things. In Limgrave, I found some bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And it pissed me off because the whole reason why I went for Radon first is because I was like, okay, where the frick am I? Well, might as well find all the sites of grace around here first. So in Limgrave, in the lake, in the swamp area, right out from the area that you get to, there's this little ruined area. And people left markers down around a chest. And me being a competent Souls player, I'm like, okay, either this is a really good item or this is a mimic.
It was the teleporting just to put you into a mine, isn't it?
Yes, it was that freaking piece of bullcrap.
Yeah.
I hated that.
I got stuck there. with about 90,000 runes once. Because I was running around an area just having fun, grinding the shit out of everything I could see, just killing everything, more or less,
Yeah.
trying to get fashionable things and whatnot. And never even occurred to me to go back to a bonfire because oh, nice chest. I tried it out, went in that area, I was like, fuck, okay. I have an idea where the bonfire is because usually they're semi-close. I was like, okay, I'm in a mine. I need to go up to get out of here.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Yeah, I went up. Eventually, I opened a doorway, and I saw a red bar appear underneath me. I was like, fuck. I entered the boss room. Tried to turn back, but because the boss attacked me, I got lost away from the door. Like, when you open that door, it doesn't make a fog immediately. You can still jump out.
Yeah.
But the boss attacked me. I got into the boss room. I saw the fog wall close. I was like, no. I'm not able to kill this thing yet. I'm underleveled. I don't have a blunt weapon.
Yeah.
And then I spawned back on the chest. I went down, turned a corner, turned another corner, out.
Yeah. Honestly, I died to that boss. I hated myself when I died. I went outside and I just see these pustules spraying poison. And I'm just thinking, fuck, where am I? I open the map and I see I am not on the map.
Yeah.
I have never discovered this area, and I'm like, oh, I don't know where I am. Okay,
so
this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, how do I get out of here? So I then am like, okay, I think I know how to get out of here, and I do. I get on torrent, I fly like the wind, I nope the heck out of like the mines and the swamp that you end up in.
Oh yeah.
I open up what was it? Selly something. I go to this magic place essentially.
Yeah.
I head south
Oh yeah.
to this
the
magical
academy.
city. I guess.
No.
But-
The academy is way further west.
Yeah, it's Rail
Yeah,
Lucaria. No.
Yeah, this is
I
the
go
magic.
south.
This is the magic city with the invisible magic casters and whatnot.
Yeah, they. Let me tell you, people. Look. I come from an era of gaming called the Dark Souls era of gaming, where I'm used to fighting a lot of enemies that are overpowered and kind of annoying to deal with. And I've dealt with invisible enemies before. It's not hard.
Except when they have
Oh.
ranged weapons.
But what the fuck? I can't see them. How are they able to see me? That makes no sense.
I will admit, I loved going through that area because those guys were so easy to kill.
Yes,
But
they're easy
if-
to kill. But
if
it's
you got
annoying.
ambushed, if you weren't expecting something, you could die like that.
I died at least 5 times going through that area because I was
Yeah.
trying to be like, okay, let me be as meticulous as I can and comb over everything
I did
looking
the
for
same fucking
items.
shit. I went through the entire area. I was like, okay, I need to
Also-
kill everyone here and loot all this stuff.
Yes. Also, just wondering, how you get inside the buildings? Have you gotten inside the buildings? Have
haven't
you gotten
yet,
past the
but
doors?
I know what you need though. Shit.
What do you need?
I forgot the name of the stone. You know the stone word keys?
Yes.
Yeah, you know the weapon enhancing rock that's more special than the normal
Oh,
one.
glintstone.
Yeah, you need a
Glintstone.
glintstone key.
Oh, okay.
I have
Where do
no
you get
clue
one
how
of
to get
those?
those.
Okay.
By the way, I'm trying to get a glintstone key so I can get into the academy because if you kill that lady there, beat her boss fight, you can then talk to her and respec your character.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How many souls or runes? Fuck. How many runes?
It's no amount of runes. It's just a specific item that there's like 7 or 18 of in the game, and you probably have one already.
Hello, Mother Nature.
It's like you get put back to level 1. You get all the runes that you've used up to level up back, and you can respec your character.
I swear, if I tell my little brother this, I'm like, okay, dude, little bro, in Raya Lucaria, there's this woman with, boss woman. Are you able to respec? And he's like, yeah. What, you didn't know that? I haven't fucking gotten to her yet.
Yeah. The only reason I know about this is because I spec'd up my character a bit wrong with this set, and it's like I was going for a build, and then I changed my mind midway. Now I'm just fuck. But it's still working out. I'm dual wielding a greatsword and a rapier, and the greatsword's main weakness is small enemies. That when you do the first swing, it always misses them. The second usually hits. The rapier comes in handy for those bitches.
Oh yeah. For me, the only also, I do want to do a kind of a small flex here. First playthrough ever. I'm a stubborn motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
I am as stubborn as can be. You know the tree sentinel that you meet right outside of the cave? Yeah.
You told me this, and I still hate you for it.
I killed him.
Yeah.
I'm stubborn. I died several times. And I just looked at my little brother as he's like watching me do this, and he's like, okay, you're gonna like crouch and you're gonna go around this guy to that church. And I'm like, dude, let me play the game. And I see this giant enemy and I'm like, ooh, okay, I just killed a boss. I can kill you. I can kill you. So what do? I run towards this guy. I can't level up yet. And I'm thinking, as soon as I get to that church is probably going to be my safe area, right? And I'm thinking, yeah, that's probably going to be my safe area. That's probably where I'm going to be able to level up. I see the merchant there, and I'm like, I see Kale there, and I'm like, I can level up with you. Okay, that's fine. And then I find out, no, I can't. Fuck this game.
I love this game so much. It's like you expect to be able to like level up and such pretty early on, which you technically can, but it's
because
later than you expect. It's always later than you expect in this element.
Always later, yeah. So
but just about a little bit. It's just early enough for anyone to be able to do it in just the first like 20 or so minutes, but it's just late enough that you can miss it.
Yeah. So first attempt at like going towards the tree sentinel, I get it down to half health. My little brother is just like staring at me like, okay, you've tried. Now go collect your runes, crouch, and walk around him.
He does not know Souls players. You got it to half health, which means you can get the rest of the way.
I got it to half health, and I'm like, I can kill you. In my mind, I was like, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! It's a showdown! I'm just thinking, okay, this is time. My championship belt is now on the line. I am not losing this. 5 tries go by. My little brother's like, dude, just go around him. And I'm like,
God. Your bro would absolutely hate watching me play this game. Because first off, I will prefix this. I am not a good Souls player. I am horrible at this game.
Same.
I still love it.
Yeah,
He would hate he would hate watching me play this game for the simple fact that the first thing I did when I got out there was, first, get killed by the tree sentinel, of course. You gotta be introduced to the thing. Second, I went to the left, right into the catacomb with the gargoyles, with the bleed. Killed a fuck ton of them just because, you know, I wanted to, because I'm me. Yeah. I went into an area, I'm gonna go through it. Yeah. Found the big boss cat with the sword. I spent 18 hours dying to this motherfucker and finally killed him.
Yeah, I will say, my little bro, I'm not gonna, like, say much about him. But he's not a Souls player. He's not a Soulsborne player. This is his very first From Software game. Yeah. This is his very first, like, Souls-like. And I'm just gonna say, people who think Elden Ring is hard, the bosses, if
you go through the bosses in the wrong order, sure, then it's really fucking hard.
Oh. My fight with Radon, I fucking hated myself. I despised myself so much. I killed him in the end because I found out you can summon your allies more than once.
Yeah.
That was my godsend. I was like, are you fucking kidding?
It's also one of the keys to the fight. And no limit. I love that gimmick of that fight. The fact that it's designed for you to summon people. It's so beautiful.
It's such an amazing fight. Yeah. It is such an amazing fight.
I almost said Elden Ring. Wait, no, that's the right name.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
but
like Elden Ring, if you go through the bosses in the correct intended order, it's probably one of the easier From Software games.
Oh, definitely. It's also, everyone says that Dark Souls 3 was the easiest. I actually think Dark Souls 1 was the easiest to me. Mostly because it was the very first one that I played, and it was something that, like, it was very brand new. We didn't understand it at the time.
Yeah.
Going back to it, I could go through the entire game and go on a, like, I would have the perfect build, I would know what weapons to use, I know how to play the game correctly.
Yeah. Like, if I went to Dark Souls 2 now, which was my first Souls game, sure, it would take me a couple hours to get used to the way the controls work again, because they're different there than in other Souls games for some fucking reasons. What did you do? I don't know what it is about Dark Souls 2, but for some reason, whenever you play it and then play any other Souls game, it is so different. I don't know what it is.
I will say that the difference between Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, it is... I have a problem with Dark Souls 2, and it's kind of the problem that I have with Elden Ring. And a lot of people, like, I'm probably going to get some, like, difference of opinion here. That's perfectly fine. Just know your opinions are valid. Just realize, so is mine. I am a veteran Souls player. I will say, being a veteran does not mean I am a very good player.
Yeah.
I stay away from PvP, and you can call me a pussy all you want. It doesn't affect me.
I'm a casual Souls player.
Yeah. I have tried PvP. I've won a couple battles, but to you parry gods out there who can just like fucking just like spam your parry button and hit it at the right time because you're spamming it, I'm sorry. Screw you. To the rollers around there, or to the button spammers, or to the weapon art spammers, to your sorcery spammers, to your miracle spammers. Fuck you.
To you fucking bleed builds. No.
I'm currently doing a bleed build.
Yes, but at least you're not going PvP with it.
Fair point. Understand. PvP, I can completely understand if you're trying to show off skill, but PvP isn't about skill. It's not. It's about, here's my build. It's literally me spamming the R2 button over and over and over.
Probably
like,
the
seriously.
worst thing FromSoft did with a PvP
God, I hate it.
is the fact that you gain something from it.
Yes.
That was a mistake from Software's part. If you gain something from this thing, something that can help you in the main game, or something that does this or that, it's gonna attract the wrong type of PvPer.
It's going to attract the APM.
Yeah.
It's the person who plays Morgana in League of Legends, or Lux in League of Legends.
Yeah.
QR spamming, just QR spamming. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Same thing with Elden Ring, same thing with Dark Souls. You have everyone who just spam sorceries. You have people who spam miracles, or whatever they're called in.
Like a lot of these people I can't even blame, because they're just trying to grind for this one thing, and that's all they want to PvP. They don't want to actually play PvP. They just want the material. They don't want to be here. They just want to get it over with. Those I can't blame.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If ever I die to someone who's actually being like a good sport and is like, they're playing a sorcerer, but they're not spamming like their sorceries over and over and over, just stun locking you so that way you can't even get a single hit off. Those people I despise. The spammers I despise. Your blood build that literally is just spamming the same thing as Melania, Blade of Mikola.
Yeah.
If that's what you're doing, if that's what you're spamming, screw you. I hope you burn. Like seriously, I hope you burn.
I know a guy who killed
You're maidenless.
Who killed the name Melania on their first try. Didn't even realize she was one of the most difficult bosses in the game. But then they started dying horrendously to just the next boss.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is about Melania, but she has that type of fighting style that if your brain isn't set up for it, you're gonna struggle as fuck. And it's just, and the funny thing is, it's like 90% of the player base.
Okay.
Then you have that 10% that just go through, no trouble whatsoever, but then die in the first attempt to get to the next boss. You just can't go through it.
I know exactly what you're saying. It's first timer syndrome.
Yeah.
You see, after killing a boss on your first try, you get so fucking cocky. Your arrogance is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of this because my very first playthrough of Dark Souls 3, and I'm going to say this because I am not the only Souls player who played Dark Souls 3 and did this. I killed High Priestess Emma. My very first playthrough. And if you don't know what that triggers, it triggers a boss fight. A certain boss fight called the Dancer of the Boreal Valley.
Oh, I loved that cunt.
Just realized I was fighting her before I fought Vort. Because I killed High Priestess Emma.
Like, I love the technical side of that, the design of that boss fight. Like, I watched some videos from the designers of the boss fight, and they talked about how Dark Souls has a rhythm to it. There's a specific rhythm they designed into the game, and they designed the Boreal Dancer to specifically disrupt that rhythm. So the more you're in tune to Dark Souls, the more in tune you are to the rhythm, the harder you're gonna struggle against her.
Honestly, like, I'm not kidding when I say this. People can, like, literally hate me all they want. I beat her the first try.
Yeah.
First boss, aside from, Index Gundir, first boss, I kill her first try.
Yeah.
I had 3 Estus flasks. My god.
Like, I will say though, some boss fights, when you manage to kill them in your first try, I just get sad for the simple fact that I can probably tell that I would have loved this boss fight. It would have been so cool, so fun to go through it, learn the mechanics and all that shit. But it's over. I can't play it again. Because I'm not going to replay this game for months, if not years, because I can't redo things. I have a problem there. Some things I can, yes, but those are exceptions. There are very few things I can redo. I can't even watch a movie twice in a row.
I love the whole aspect of playing things again and restarting from the bottom. I love New Game Plus. I love starting a new character. I love trying different builds, a different style of gameplay. I love trying something out. Also, very first playthrough of Dark Souls, not Dark Souls, Elden Ring, fuck. I don't know if this is good or bad. The original guy who you meet in the start, the guy who calls you maidenless, the guy with the mask on, the rose guy.
Yeah, I know him.
I killed him. First playthrough, I killed him. I died to him about 5 times, but I thought this guy's an enemy. He's gonna betray me in the end. He's going I didn't see any signs around him saying traitor or anything. No, I just heard him call me maidenless, and I'm like, well, screw you.
Yeah,
I found him insulting, so I was like, I'm gonna kill you.
I will be completely honest. I find it absolutely hilarious the amount of people that actually do that, for the simple fact that he's not being rude. He's talking up. He's basically saying you don't have this. He's not saying you don't get bitches. He's saying you don't have this magical being to help you get stronger.
Yeah.
But everyone took it the wrong way because they don't understand that yet. And that led to him being the most killed NPC in the game. Yeah,
no, I killed him my first try, not because he called me maidenless, but just because I had so much Hawkwood the Deserter. I had so much what's his name? Oh, it's the guy in
not
Dark Souls
Pixies,
2.
P something.
Yes, it's the guy in the guy who kills your fire maiden.
Yeah. I don't know
frick.
who he is, but he appears in Elden Ring.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There's a area where
Patches.
Yes. He appears in Elden Ring. There's an area where if you open a chest, he comes and accuses you of stealing his equipment. He's stealing his stuff. He fights you. You get him down to half health or so. He starts surrendering. If you take too long to hit him again, which happened to me the first time because he was crouched, I couldn't hit him with my fucking greatsword. Ah! Size! He then stands up and it's no longer a boss fight. It's more yes, we're now friends. And then if you kill him again, you don't get all the stuff you would have. It's just, But
Yeah.
yes, I killed that fucker again. Fuck you, Patches. I don't know if this is the same Patches, or if they're just the same name and it's just the thingy. I don't know if it's actually going to betray you, but this is Patches. He looks the same, he talks the same, he's called the same.
Okay. But understand, Patches is in I think almost all From Software games.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure he is. He is a Easter egg character or he's just a character that everyone like knows and loves. He was in Dark Souls 3. He screws you over quite a bit actually.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of funny.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Patches. It's just I don't want my playthrough to go bad.
Yeah.
Especially I can't forgive him for killing my firekeeper. I love that bitch. She was so nice.
Also, can we just lay off the laying? Okay, guys, Elden Ring. Like, I don't know who needs to hear this. Not everything in Elden Ring is a dog and or butthole.
The only actual dog in Elden Ring is the turtle. That's the only actual dog. Also, I will say, I blame the whole everything is dog on the limited amount of words you get.
Yeah.
But I will say, I still chuckle at the butthole joke a lot of the time. I'm immature.
I despise all people who literally just see hole. Why is it always butthole?
Like a lot of these I don't understand. A lot of this is just big ass cavern. It's just why butthole, and I'm here just I don't see it.
Like half the time, like I'm looking at like
Probably
messages.
Probably my favorite usage of that was when you know those sort of pole things that you can kind of jump off of, but they're really thin, so it's not a platform.
It says surrender butthole.
Yeah, there's a message on top of it. And it basically said surrender butthole, and that got a legitimate chuckle out of me because I just imagined my character sitting down and then just sinking slowly.
Yeah. 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 I saw a couple of those, yeah.
Yeah.
And it like I'm gonna be honest, I read most messages I come across. I do. All
it's
because
just a habit at this point.
It is. Because in previous games a lot of people would put like good useful information. It was very needed information. And now everyone is calling something either dog or butthole.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I joined a group that I actually and I went into like a well-known group and a reputable group simply because I needed to see people's messages. And like I saw people's bloodstains, I saw people's messages, and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Because everyone was playing the game. People were leaving down messages and saying, "Hey, ambush ahead. Person here comes out at night." I'm like, this is wonderful. I love this.
I think the reason I'm not too bothered is because like there are servers in FromSoft, right? Like different regions have different players with different messages spread across them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the main reason I'm not too bothered by the spam of butthole and dog is because like when I go through them, they're usually in places I kind of expect them to be. And I still read them because, like, messages. But there's also a lot of actually useful messages here and there.
Yeah.
I still encounter them, so I'm not too
yeah.
bothered. The only
Like,
ones I'm a little bothered by are the ones that near a cliff that says jump, and I'm like... And then if there are no bloodstains around because no one's jumped there in a while, I'm like... Fuck, I can't tell if this is a trap or not.
Like, you have this syndrome of... frick, I remember the invisible walkways from DS1.
Yeah. And then I also remember that scenario where you had to jump just right and go backwards in mid-jump to enter a passage just barely. I have no clue where that is from. I just remembered that. Dude, it's like you effectively like micromanage, barely step off, and then you like kind of slide towards the wall mid-fall and just barely land on the edge there and just like, okay, secret passage acquired.
Dude, honestly, I'm just gonna say, when it comes to Dark Souls, I miss like I was saying,
walls. I know there's
illusory walls.
I know there's one. I know there is. I've heard of one secret wall in Elden Ring that has 9,999 health.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's a secret wall somewhere that you need to hit a fuck ton of times just for it to go down. No clue where it is though.
Yeah, I'm not that I'm not that.
Like, when I heard of that, I get really fucking depressed. The simple reason that if there's one wall that's like this, there are probably a lot of them out there that require more than one hit. Maybe not to that extreme, but they might require 5 or 10. And I'm never gonna find that shit, because the way I find secret walls is I see a suspicious area, I hit it like twice or thrice, and that's just nothing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that a lot of messages are left on these, a lot of walls is just secret passage, question mark. A lot of them are fake. A lot of them are just people guessing, not knowing.
Yeah. Like I said, when it comes to messages in Souls games, you always, like, if ever you see, like, 10 billion messages around a chest, my immediate response is, okay. Okay. So, either this is a really good chest, or it's a trap, or it's a mimic. Yeah. I'm so terrified that, like, one of these chests in Elden Ring is gonna be a mimic, because I have just gotten so accustomed to mimics being freaking everywhere.
Like, I will admit, I love the fact that Elden Ring went like, no mimics. Oh, good, good, good. Some people got all, okay, no mimics, good. Haven't encountered mimics for a while. It can't be that bad then. And then suddenly, teleportation chest, and you're like, I want mimics back.
Honestly.
At
because
least with mimics, you can get your souls again. Reliably.
Dude, when it came to the teleportation chest, though.
Yeah.
Oh. let's just say,
so
I saw all of the messages around it, and I'm like, okay, finally, a mimic chest. So guess what I did? The tried and true way of testing it. I take my sword and I start swinging around it.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, it's perfectly alright. Nothing is wrong with this chest. Yeah. I then open it. White mist comes out, and I'm like, okay, can I run away? No.
Yeah. When I saw that white mist, I was like, fuck, poison chest. Because I remembered my experience in Dark Souls 2. It's like, fuck, poison chest. I tried to jump. I can't move. Petrification chest? Then I teleported, and I'm like, oh no. I look at I look at my rune counter, 90,000. Look at my level, 40.
Like, it wouldn't be so bad if it didn't, like, put you in a very, like, mid-game area.
Yeah. like I wouldn't even be bothered with the mid-game area if for the simple fact that you see you're underground, and the instinct to go up was correct. That would have put me at ease. If going up would at least led to one bonfire, maybe it would lead out, but if it led to a bonfire, I'd be fine.
Honestly,
In fact, it didn't, and just to a boss room. Ah!
Honestly, just talking about Elden Ring is making me want to go play it. But I promised that I wouldn't play the game if my little bro wasn't around.
Yeah.
Like, if he's around, I'll play it, so that way he can watch me play and, like, you know, ruin the game for me.
Yeah.
And tell me everything about it, and tell me, oh, you need to go here, you need to do this and this.
Yeah.
And I watch him squirm as I do kind of the exact opposite of what he says, and I play the way I want to.
Yeah.
And he watched, he legit watched as I was beating Radon. And he's just snickering to himself, like, just saying, I got this. I did this boss so quickly the first time. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. And then I see that the summon signs are still there. And I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Can I use these more than once? And then I am like, oh, well, this boss fight just became a lot easier. As soon as I realized what I could do, the very next, after I died, the very next play, I beat the boss. And he's like, so you finally got your second rune. Welcome to the club of having, more runes. And I'm like, that was my first one. And he's like, what? You didn't defeat Godric yet? And I'm like, no. You've literally watched me. I have yet to go... Who the frick is Godric? I thought it was Godfrey. And he's like, no, Godric's in the castle. Oh.
Godfrey's outside the castle. I hate how similarly they're named, especially for someone like me who just can't process names.
Yeah. In my mind, I was like, okay, this is stupid. My little bro.
I killed Godfrey. I'd heard of this Godric fellow being the one who gave you the Elden Rune. I killed Godfrey. I was like, I have the Elden Rune now. How do I use this thing? I didn't have the Elden Rune. I killed Godfrey, not Godric. I just discovered that later when I encountered Godric.
Wait, hold up. How did you kill Godfrey? Huh?
Wait, am I thinking of a different one? I've told you repeatedly, I can't process names.
Godfrey is the guy who has he's the god who has the lion on him.
Oh, no, I was thinking of a different guy completely.
He looks like forgive me, he looks like a stereotypical Viking.
Yeah. I was thinking of the guy when he jumps off the tower in the front of the castle and goes to kill you.
That's Margit.
Oh.
That is Margit.
That tells you how bad I am with names.
That's not even God something. That's Margit.
Yeah, I thought that was Godfrey. No, Godric.
That's the fell omen. I killed him and I was like, okay, what now? And then I'm like, and then the bitch comes up and is like, I'm sorry that I've been testing you and lying to you and cheating on you behind your back. There's other Tarnish that I have been sleeping with. You want cuddles? You can go to this round table hold and get cuddles from a bitch that actually cares about you.
Yeah.
But gives you a blessing that legit makes you take more damage.
I will admit, I love that woman for the simple fact that you lay with her. There's no sex or anything. It's just a hug. It's just human to human hug. It's just comfort. And she tells you outright before you even do anything that her entire thing is she takes vitality from people and gives them something in return. You get the post thing. She tells you she's gonna take your vitality. You just never put together that it's gonna be an actual mechanic.
Yeah, I believe it takes away 5% of your max health.
Something like that.
If I'm not mistaken, it takes 5% of your max.
It's just enough to be a pain in the ass, but just low enough to be worth the comfort. It also you gain it back when you die. You know.
It's not. I'd say that just extra poise is not worth 5 points.
No, no, no,
because
no. I'm not talking about mechanics. It's the comfort of the hug. The hug is worth it. She actually cares.
I'd say her quest line is worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've progressed slightly where you're able to talk with her in the hug, and that's it. Yeah. And there's something there. So I'm like, just every time I go back to the round table hold, I'm just spamming like hug. Like I get like 5 from her each time, even though I already have the Baldekin's blessing. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, there's gotta be something here. Imagine if the vitality blessing stacked each time you hugged her before resetting when you died.
Oh, that would mean I would lose 25%. Oh, yeah. No.
It would be lore accurate with how she describes it, but FromSoft took pity.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I'm gonna take a shit real quick. You take the reins from here and just like start freaking talking about like your experiences with Souls games. Because this is great. I love this.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Like in Dark Souls 2, for example, when I got to that game, I went to the tutorial and all that shit, you know, the usual stuff. Count the skeletons, but shouldn't go there. Did all that shit, usual things. But when I realized that you could get the Ultra Greatsword, when I heard of that thing, when I figured out what it was a reference to, I immediately looked, where can I find it? I looked at nothing else. I didn't look at what the areas were. I didn't look at where they were. I just looked at where is it and what's the general direction I need to go to get it. I found I needed to get to that swamp area, that dark swamp area. There's also that one with the mist and the invisible people, yeah? But I didn't hear about that till later. I went to that swamp area underground. I bull rushed through everything, slaughtering my way through, trying everything I can to get through that area. First, you know, I fought these stone giant people, you know, the ones you usually fight. I went through them, farmed them for a little bit for a couple souls. And some of the equipment, because that stone armor, it may be heavy as shit, but damn does it look good. Oh, I just had to get it all. Used their own weapons to kill them, went through that sewer system, went into the underground, looked around going, okay, it's somewhere in here. I went to that area. I spent, I think it was 37 hours looking through that area, dying again and again and again and again and again, just trying to go through there for the simple thing of, I want this sword. And when I finally got it, I was just, yes! I equipped it. I can't use it. Fuck, I need to farm. Alright, went back to the stone giants, farmed them some more. Went like, yeah, farm. Gonna use this sword, use this sword, use this sword. Farmed until I could equip it. Used that sword for the rest of the fucking game. And then, you know, this was when I was in high school. I was in the cafeteria. I was playing some Dark Souls 2. I was going towards the next boss. A friend of mine was, and then I stood up to go to the bathroom. And the friend I was sitting with go like, "Hey, do you mind if I play for a bit? I'll show you something when you get back." And I was like, sure. Went to the bathroom. When I got back, this son of a cunt killed 4 fucking bosses. He knew exactly where they were, knew exactly how to exploit them, knew exactly how to kill them. I couldn't have fun with the game after that. I just could not. Like, yes, I got momentary enjoyment here and there, but it sapped all the fucking fun out of it. I missed content that I'm never gonna experience again because of my inability to replay things. It fucked me over. I still finished the game though. I never encountered Sif because of that guy. Missed him completely, and I'm a little thankful, but at the same time it's like, it's Sif. I wanna see Sif. But yes, I went to the game, finished it, brought on the Age of Darkness, the only proper ending, just mwah. This is how it should end. It was beautiful. And then I went to Dark Souls 1. Yes, I played Dark Souls 2 first. It was my first experience with Souls games. Went to Dark Souls 1. Could not figure out what the fuck was wrong with the controls. Before I realized, wait, no, Dark Souls 2 is the one that has the wrong controls. 1 is right. Because, I'll be honest with you, it was so jarring going from one to the other. It's just, ah! But yeah, I played Dark Souls 1. Heard about this dragon sword. It's like, alright. I gotta get this thing. This is gonna be my weapon for this game. Unless I get one of those knight swords, because those look cool. I got a bow, got a couple arrows, went under there, rammed my way through, went like, okay. Spent an hour or two shooting that dragon tail, waiting for it to reset, shooting it again until it just snapped off. Got my sword. Yeah! Went to kill the rats. Fuck! Why are the rats always just the wrong height? Always. No, doesn't matter what fucking FromSoft game you're playing. The rats and the dogs always just the wrong height for 1 or 2 attacks to actually hit them. Fuck you. Still beautiful. I love it. I encountered the Rat King. All hail the big rat. Joined that covenant. It was beautiful. I love it. After that, I went back to the area in Dark Souls 1 where the one with the hollows, you go over the bridge, there's people that throw fire bombs and whatnot, you know the one. And I just went like, alright, there's an armor set sold by a guy there that I kinda want. I farmed the area completely out. Well, you know, they respawn eternally, so it never ends. But I farmed the fuck out of that area, bought that chain armor, was like, yeah! Then I switched out of that armor near immediately because I found something better when I went farming those on I don't remember what they're called, but they're the knights you fight after you encounter the bulls, you know? I farmed the fuck out of that armor set I could get there. It's just, yes. When I play Souls games, you gotta understand, I almost never actually complete them, but I still spend hundreds of hours on them, because I play Fashion Souls.
Yeah, you play Barbie My Little World Dress Up Darling. Whatever it is, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, honestly, Elden Ring, I am sad about Elden Ring, because the best looking armor in the game is also some of the worst armor in the game, which is counterintuitive to previous Souls games.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I despise it. I don't
like that. Why does it have to be like that, my man? I don't understand.
But the best looking armor is also the best looking armor.
Oh yeah. It's like when it becomes a question, do you sacrifice good armor for good looking armor? And the answer is yes.
Every time.
Every time.
One thing that I'm wanting to do though is I did go into Stormveil Castle. I did. I did not end on beating Radahn. I went into Stormveil Castle and I found the first set of knights, not the exile knights. I mean like the actual full suit of knight, the wind knights as I like to call them.
Yeah, I know them.
And I am about to just start farming them.
Yeah. That was my first instinct when I found that man. It's just must have.
I want the shield. I don't want anything else. I want the shield. That's it.
Like the armor that Wind Knight drops, like if it's the same area, let's see. you know the elevator area that has like a that has a side of grace along that area. If you go to another side, there's an elevator right next to it, or you can go out the door and you can jump off it to go to where the other knights are, or fight the birds and go that way.
I don't think I'm there yet.
Okay. Now, when you enter that on the elevator area, there's a knight there with a halberd, I think, who does a wind attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know where you are. You're in the area where now you enter a door in darkness, and there's a guy there with a sword and shield.
Yes.
And does wind attacks. Yes, it's the same knights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the other guy you encounter later. I farmed the fuck out of that halberd guy because I wanted that armor. And
also,
I've
who shuts you in that room?
It's the. Did you go to the side passage?
Yes.
Yeah. You know the guy you talked to there?
Yeah.
He does. He also takes a couple of your runes every time you die. Which is why when you come back and you take your runes, there's always some runes missing.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch.
You know the smithing stones you need to upgrade your weapons?
Yeah.
If you go finish his quest line, he gives you one of the highest ones of those. The plus 25 ones. Which is really tempting. But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna need that for a long ass time, and by the time I do, I'm gonna find other sources. I always kill that boy as soon as I find him. The only problem, that area, when I went through it on the PS5, the first time, it was a little bugged. So when I finished the area and found him again and killed him, it was still going on. Because the system was a bit bugged by that point. I think it's fixed now, so if you kill him again when you see him, it should go back to normal and you shouldn't lose runes. But it might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just hate that guy. But yes, I have good news about the armor set of those on a knights you're fighting. They are the exiled. That is the exiled knight armor set, I think. Yeah, I think.
The Wind Knights?
Yeah, the Wind Knights. Yeah, that's the exiled knight armor set, and it's one of the best ones in the game.
Okay. Does it make your load heavy?
If you don't upgrade your stamina, yes.
Frick.
I think, if I remember right, with my greatsword equipped as well, my load was 43 or 47. But the greatsword is like 20, so you know.
So yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the sword is like it's like the weight of the armor set effectively. Like I think the armor set is around like 23 to 26. I don't know for certain. Yeah. Like then I can wield both and a rapier. I still have to micromanage a bit of the extra things I put on, but it's mostly fine. You only really need 1 or 2 talismans to increase your load. And if you and to get your stamina on a thingy, the one that increases your load order to about, I think it was 41 for me, because I'm also using the Ultra Greatsword. It's really fucking heavy. That thing is 20 on its own, so I'm trying to use on a heavy set of like 47 with medium rolls. That takes effort. I need 2 talismans and a stamina of 41. Or is it endurance? I don't remember what that thing is called. The one that gives you a load order. But yeah, like for
it used to be vigor.
Yeah, it used to be vigor. But for you, if you don't use the Ultra Greatsword, you'll probably only need like half of that, so it should be fine. You know, like only like 20 to maybe 30-ish. You might only need 1 talisman, maybe not even.
Yeah.
So
well,
like it's not that big a deal.
I am going to say, I don't want to cut an episode short, but I do need to go today. I do have some things I gotta do today. This was kind of the only time I had available.
We've all been recording for 1 hour and 4 minutes. with the beginning, I think I'm cutting out 2 or 3, but we'll still be over an hour, I think.
Right, that's fine. Thank you everyone so much for listening in on this episode of the podcast. Flannel Legacies does not own, nor does it associate. Well, we do play the game, but we do not have any associate within From Software, nor do we have any business with From Software except for playing their games and being enjoyers of their games. We are not paid by or endorsed by From Software in the slightest, but it is a good game, and if I could, I would replay Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 for the first time. I wished I could. I genuinely wished I could, because the feeling I got from my first playthrough was awe-inspiring.
I really wish I could play those games for the first time again. If only to actually go through those bosses that I missed. Because the goddamn bastard.
Well, everyone, y'all have a very wonderful evening, a wonderful afternoon, and a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Love you all.